Welcome to the heritage site. Enjoy your drive. After you've completed the round, make your way around again to park along the north fence to visit the church for live music and the school for refreshments. There are also beautiful arrangements available for purchase.
The little shed on your right is the winter kitchen. Santa and the elves are in the midst of renovating the laundry room into a winter kitchen. They wanted to showcase the Finley stove that was refurbished and donated by Ron Lockram. The elves have been a bit distracted by a checkers tournament they have on the go. The chairs the elves have set up by the barrel came to Wembley in 1928 with Vincent and Mary Sebastian, the parents of Albert Sebastian, when they moved here from Saskatchewan. They were donated by Julie Sebastian and Mike and Charlotte Branford.
The Red Sheep Shed is kind of a new addition. It was moved to this location on the site in 2023 and is resting on a new floor, but as you can see, the walls need a bit of work.
The matching outdoor toilets. Behind the schoolhouse and beside the Fox House on your left. These two toilets came with the schoolhouse. We assume one was for boys and one was for girls, but we are not sure which is which.
Betty's Dray Barn was an original building in the new town of Wembley in 1927. It was built by Fred Coe. It was donated to us by Betty Wadham in 2018. A dray barn was where the freight hauling horses were kept. The sleigh featured inside the barn was donated by Brian Flowen.
The tractor is a 1938 Massey Harris Model 25. The tractor was purchased new in 1938 and worked a farm in Quill Lake, Saskatchewan. In 1947 it went to work on a new farm in Quill Lake. After having had only two owners, the 38 was restored by Mid-Center Farm Equipment in Humboldt. It eventually made its way to the collection of Ross Sutherland. It was gifted to us by Shirley Sutherland and the estate of Ross, and we are honored to be its stewards.
The 1950-ish mail truck began its career with South Wapiti and Archie and Annie Giroux. When they retired, Charlie Sutherland and his wife took over the store and post office. They came to Wembley on Saturdays to get the mail for Pipestone Creek in South Wapiti. When Charlie retired in 1956 and moved, the truck went with him to north of Beaver Lodge. The Sutherlands were neighbors to Barb and Dave Cunningham. Dave always wanted the truck to make its way back to Wembley. Brock Fisher helped make it happen. We, especially Sharon, are thrilled to have the truck at the heritage site. Hosker's Blacksmith Shop was on the same property as the house and was moved in 2016. It was originally built as Hosker's Blacksmith Shop and was later used on the sawmill site of the South Wapiti Lumber Company, which coincidentally was the property on the other side of the railway tracks from our property. Inside is a 1950 Studebaker Champion Skyway, purchased new by Brian Spofford's grandpa, an upright piano donated by the Barb and Gordon Peebles family, and ready to get the party started are two 1950s chrome chairs and a 1940s RCA Victor Company limited radio console.
The Orchard. The orchard is to the east between the fence and the blacksmith shop. It currently has 4 apple trees and 2 cherry trees. The haskcaps and raspberries will need to be relocated from the house garden to the orchard.
Lisa, the new FCSS coordinator, has brought a friend to the site. He is very new to the area and needs to be inside the fence so he doesn't wander off. We're excited to see how many new friends a gift-bearing dinosaur can make. The dinosaur has great trees, donated by the Kelm family, to put his gifts under. The Future Event Facility. This building was just moved to the site in 2022 and to its new home in 2024. It was the Lippon Winery and Tasting Room overlooking Lake Saskatoon. It was purchased from John and Linnell Viken in 2020. The grader was owned by Nora and Robert Cobb, and was used by the County of Grand Prairie. It was moved to the site in 2017.
St. Albans Church was built in Sexsmith in 1936 and in 1937 was moved to the town of Wembley. It sat across from Corner Grocery. It was sold and moved to the Hutterite Road and was purchased in an auction and moved to our site in 2015. Since then it has hosted live music, watercolor workshops, fresh greenery arrangement workshops, wedding showers, and a very special wedding.
We believe the school came from the Hart Valley area but have no confirmation. It was moved to the site in 2015 from the same place the church was located after being purchased at the same auction sale. Matching outdoor toilets. These two toilets came with the schoolhouse. We assume one was for boys and one was for girls, but we are not sure which is which.
Airport Character House. The RCAF had built the Grand Prairie Airport during World War II and began construction of 4 Airways personnel residences on August 14, 1941, 3 married residences, ours possibly being one of them, and 1 single residence for a total investment of $50,000. On December 17, 1950, the RCAF withdrew from Grand Prairie and turned over to the Department of Transport the airport and residences. It was moved from the airport to Wembley in 1968 by the Henry Anderson family and in whose hands it remained until 1997. This building was donated to our society by Brad and Lindsay Jones and moved to our site in 2014 and onto a basement in 2015. Note, beginning in 1946, Henry Anderson bought the South Wapiti Lumber Company with his 2 brothers, George and Albert. It was situated on 10 acres opposite this exact property. They bought the business from Thomas Radford. Gudrun Sebastian indicated that her uncle and several other men were brought over from Norway to do carpentry on the residences. His name was George Davidson and he was working on the houses for 5 years. One of the unique features of these homes is the lack of eaves, which may be characteristic of Norwegian building or because wood was in short supply during the war.
Thank you for joining us on the tour of the Wembley and District Arts, Culture and Historical Society Heritage Site, Lighting the Past. The Board of Directors would like to thank all of our sponsors and each of you, and wish you all a very happy, safe, and warm holiday season.